Oh dear, excuse me. So this is Bald and Bankrupt. No, not Bald and Bankrupt. I don't aspire to be like him at all. He does dangerous things. I'm going to have at least 3 subscribers by the end of this. So, what was I saying? So, what is my channel called? Bish Bash Bosh. Bish Bash Bosh Cookery Tip number 73 hash. B. When rehoming rabbits, I call them rabbits, rats that have, where's he gone? Smile for the camera. Stop biting my gloves. Where is he? He's very camera shy, isn't he? Very camera shy, he's very clever. There he is. Right. Notice he stopped squeaking. That's one of my tips, is to do the voice, calm voice that he's used to, because basically he's been kind of a pet. And I wonder if that's how humans did domesticate dogs and things. I bet the dogs sort of lurked around and learned the humans' habits, and eventually they started feeding. A bit like my bobcat there. He's got a bobtail. So I call him Bob Cat. He's wild, effectively wild. He's probably got a home. He's like these homeless people that claim they're homeless and they beg. Probably got a fairly flat in Islington or something. Yeah, he's probably got a perfectly good home. He just comes around pretending. Well, he does this hunting thing. It's a bit like human beings do. They've got office jobs, so they go hunting on the weekend. Nothing wrong with that. You need a proper job to survive in this world. You can't just be a hunter. That's a good way to satisfy your wish to be primal, whatever. Yeah, the other tip is to check the timetable before you illegally walk along the railway, which I haven't actually done, which adds a small frisson to the thing. But I think on Saturdays there's less. I think it's Saturday. There's less. Now, are we running? Let me just see if I can see any movement there. Yes, I'm running. Good God. I'm such a sucker for my software, which is owned by TCL, I think, which is not Turner Classic Movies, but it's some Chinese phone maker. I wouldn't recommend them, to be honest. I'm going to get a second-hand Samsung from Rinko in the mail, on the strip in the pedestrian bit in Ammanford, if you're anywhere near South Wales. He's good. He's good-ish. He's not cheap. He's reasonable. I mean, he makes good money for himself. So he's not one of these people that is so generous that he can't make a living, if you know what I mean. They always say, don't do business with somebody who's poor. Well, that's actually a fallacy, because some of the people who are poor are just so generous with their clients. See how calm he is? That they don't make any money for themselves. And that's actually somebody you should do business with, because they'll sort of say, oh, don't I call it a fiver. And they've actually made a loss on the deal. Sometimes they say, look, yeah, have 7 or whatever. But no, Rinko knows his shit from Cheyenne. Or Shinola, is it? Yeah, Steve Martin, one of my favourite. Why do I mention Steve Martin? Well, I think it was his first film. Yes, it was, The Jerk. I was raised a poor black kid. Now, the humour there is that a lot of white people try to pretend they were raised poor black kids. I think he's cocking a snoop at. Look at the trees growing on the road. Good grief. Cocking a snoop at those people. And then he made a whole film of it where he really is a white boy and he's got no rhythm. Yeah, it's good. And then he goes off to seek his fortune. And just before he goes, his adoptive father, a black chap, we're going to go right the way up here, but I mustn't wake the people, the normals. Up there, there's people, actual normal people up there. Give them a rabbit. Let's take them to the Albanians. Okay, I've lost my thread, I know. Wait a minute. No, it's no good. It's no good, mate. Can't remember, so we're gonna. You can usually hear if a train's coming because it makes a little noise on the railway. Yeah, he's panicking. I can't actually do this with one hand, so I'm going to have to pause it. Wait till he realises. Different approach altogether. Bounded straight over the rail. There we are.